Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have the first of two semi-finals. We have the Penrith Panthers and Sydney Comets here in Youth League 2. And we are about 90 seconds away from tip-off. Penrith Panthers here, yet to lose a game this season. Can the Sydney Comets be the ones to dethrone the regular season champions? But this is the preliminary game to the grand final, which will be tomorrow. And Penrith Panthers led by their star guard Jet Hickson. Comets coached by Yeet Tamak and Ryan Mitchell. They'll be looking to get a big win today. Penrith looking to add to their already stellar season. Penrith Panthers here tonight. They'll start here with Jed Hickson, Nathan Biotola, Kaleem Peterson, Zach Chimel, and Lachlan Stone. The Comets here will start with Daniil Vasilev, Cody Wagner, and Bowen Santellis, Marquise Trotman, and Marcus Hamilton.
Yeah, we're all set to go here.
Finn Haywood is starting for the Comets.
Good to see. And yeah, Penrith control the tip. We're underway here for the semi-final spot in the grand final. On the line, will it be the Panthers or the Comets? Panthers, one of the leading sides in all the competition. Hickson, leading scorer in Youth League, misses that one. Raffo kicks it ahead. Comets pulling it back out now. Raffo swings it across. Holding up on the wing now, 2 feet in the paint, kicks it out into the corner. Oh, and almost picked off there. Late shot clock situation, trying to fight through contact, but blocked from behind. Penrith running it in transition now. The kick ahead, Hickson. Biotola pulling it back out to the wing.
Hickson guarded here by Haywood. Late in the shot clock, step through, hard go, gets his own board, finishes the second time.
Yeah, up and in for Peterson. Look at aggressive start off with defensively here. Trotman holding it up, looking for cutters. Shot clock winding down, 10 seconds
Great
remaining.
Defense there by Hickson.
All right, and a travel assessed. All right, taking you through this game, my name's James. Nice to meet you. Sorry, the commentary, we had a bit of covering up to do, but thank you for joining us for the semi-final. And I'm joined by
Kieran, and good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, it's just great to have you on board here at the Hills Stadium.
Likewise.
Taking the colours, Biotola swinging it, Penrith, good ball movement. Lisa Peterson, just ringing out, but Hickson, aggressive, it goes to his left, but no luck on the second bite of the cherry. So Comets yet to open their account this afternoon, 2 feet, kicking it across, and second chance is up and in for Trotman. Good move. Long Hickson feeds it across, and almost has his pocket pick, but third bite of the cherry. Jeez, Penrith crashing the O-boards, but not quite getting momentum at the moment. Comets still looking to capitalise in transition. Oh, Haysom over to Penrith in possession now, looking to set the table. Hickson staying aggressive, the inside, outside, and what a move by Hickson, but can't quite finish, fighting for the rebound. He's going after it, Hickson. Can't get that one to drop in transition now.
Streaking. Hamilton. And a goaltending call. Hamilton knew it straight away.
Yeah, he knew. Jeez, going up for the yam. Looking to make a statement early on in this game. The Sydney Comets team, much like every Sydney Comets team, they always like to run and gun. We like to see that. So expect that. So that short court out in Alexandria. They know what to do.
Yeah.
Panthers, Hickson serves it up on a platter and... Oh, jeez. Jamil. He wanted to claim a body there. He wanted to put someone on a poster.
Comets here starting in a full court press here. And man-to-man.
Yeah, it's led to some transition opportunities, but Penrith are going to say with the early momentum at the moment, they're looking really good in their half-court sets. Chimel can't get the first one to drop. Yeah, and thank you for joining us. It's James and Kieran on the call, bringing you this youth men's semi-final. We've got two Sydney teams. We've got Penrith taking on Comets. Comets control the rebound now. So looking to set the table. Vasiliv on the midi, but called for a moving screen, and yeah, Comets unlucky there. Not quite been able to get in the rhythm of the Sydney Comets. What do you reckon, Kieran?
I'd agree. I feel like the transition's not going well so far, but I have high hopes for this team to overcome this.
Really do.
They thrive in transition.
Yeah, you can see the defensive energy at the moment, but Penrith moving the ball with ease. Stone tips it off now. Hickson attacking the closeout as Peterson in the spin cycle, but losing his GPS. Manages to track down the offensive rebound, though. So second chance, Biatola. The sidestep, dumps it off. Fancy footwork and the extra read all about it. Penrith Panthers passing the ball with perfection, leading to a Stone basket.
Vasilovev here. Comets will get into one of their actions here. Haysom off the DHO.
Cantellis on the step back, the lefty. Oh, it's looking beautiful, that Michael Beasley jump shot, but just offside ring. Going to have Jet Hickson bring the ball up now. And and then basket. So
Hamilton here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Hickson holding it up. New attack. Colleen Peterson. Oh, the flotation device is buoyant. Getting the friendly roll.
Trotman here. Kicks it up to Hamilton. Hamilton shoots his second three of the game. That one's long. Rebounded there by Biatola, who's called for a travel. And that will be Comets basketball baseline. Our first subs here. Mario Chambolis will check in here for Finn Haysom. And Ezekiel Filipino will check in here for Marquise Trotman. Comets here on their blob action. Drive by Chambolis.
Hamilton. Oh, and Hamilton, fancy footwork, has to
Forced
throw
to
that
throw
one
it
up.
And a 24-second violation called here. Hamilton being pressured here by the Penrith defense here early. Comets will drop here to some half court.
Yeah, the Penrith Panthers looking at very steady in offense.
Yes.
Peterson's been controlling the tempo early on in this game, so really setting up the team well. Schimmel.
Comets doing well though to hold it. Tie game so far.
Yeah, bit of butterfingers there from Stone, so Comets to take the ball the other way. Checking in to the game for the Penny Panthers, we got McNulty. And also subbing in
Harrison Turner. And to the bench goes Zach Chimel and Nathan Biatola. Marcus Hamilton drives it. Great drop off there. And Ezekiel Filipino puts the Comets up too.
And there you go. So, the Comets taking a bit of momentum their way. Penrith In a bit of a drought at the moment. Will they be able to break it here? The handoff action, Hickson, the danger man. Great in the isolation situation with a plethora of moves, but dishes it out. Peterson, bang, bang. Special K. Peterson loves it. Comets on the attack, kicked into the corner. Ooh, that one's just off, but flying in for the rebound. There's a chance for Sydney, tries to go up, and finger rolly is off. Peterson's going to take the ball the other way.
Hamilton hampered down the court. Myboik to their advantage. Down the floor, Centellis. Hamilton goes with the foul from Harrison Turner, and he'll go to the stripe to shoot two.
Okay, so just apologies early on. Our score sheet for the Sydney Comets is a little incorrect, so our numbers and names aren't quite lining up on what we've got in front of us. But Kieran's done a great job. We've really done your research before this game, and I think we've got it sorted now. So we can sit back, relax, and get into our rhythm now. Got a great game on our hands. Going really tit for tat, and that was reflected in the tight scoreline. Only one, all tied up with nowhere to go. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The give and go. Peterson, that's a smooth finish.
Quick 7 for Peterson here early. And Raffo's checked in here, along with Trotman, who's re-entered the game.
Yeah, keep an eye for Tegan Raffo. He can shoot. Sharp shooter on the ball now.
He is.
Raffo.
Great playmaker too.
Oh, on the floater. Tegan Raffo looking to impact the game immediately off the bench. Getting it the other way now. Peterson.
Close to an over and back there.
And the Penrith Panthers
Out
having
here.
some strong sets. Taking the call. It's McCoy. Dump off now. McNulty. Ooh. Not so much sauce on the hot dog there. Oh, and just dribbling out of bounds, but Comets will retain possession. So substitutions in for the Sydney Comets.
Centellis will check in here for Filipina, and Vasilov will check in here for Hamilton.
The dribble action and the push shot. That one's good. That's smooth. A smooth finish.
Centellis, the team leader, the team captain, the heart and soul of the team, gets his first deuce of the game.
The heart and soul, yeah, I like that. A lot of tenacity out there being showed by both sides. Peterson, almost a handoff to Peterson, but the push shot, not bad for Stone.
Trotman pushing it up the floor. A long-time Comets junior. Out to Centellis. Unlucky there on the three. Rebounded there by McCoy. Passes it to Turner. Turner finishes the layup in transition. Panthers regain the lead.
So tit for tat, back and forth. This game's like a set of windscreen wipers going both ways. So substitutions into the game. So checking back in, it's Mitch Fenton, the big man. Raffo feeding into the post.
Off the splits. To the corner. Trotman drives the lackluster closeout. Stolen there by Peterson. He'll push it in transition. Great job there by Vasilev to stunt the fast break.
The dump off now. Oh, and the feed is good. How about that extra read all about it? Great pass to Mitch Fenton for the finish.
Great, exactly.
Yeah, good court vision shown by Penrith.
Back up there by Raffo. Finishes it off the Vasilev dime.
Damn, Tegan Raffo, he's quick.
He is.
Wow, that hot shoe shuffle, and he's in for an easy two. McCoy.
Coming back from injuries, Raffo here, looking to make an impact.
Oh, and the three's just off. So 1 minute remaining, Comets in possession.
Vasilev will push it here in semi-trans. Met by a plethora of Penrith defenders. And Turner will bring it up the floor.
Moving across now, Fenton. Fenton operating around the free throw line, trying to use his height, but wow, what a soft as butter finish. Fenton heading up.
One thing here, Comets selecting to switch most of their screens early here. something they've done most of the season.
Raffo looking to operate in the isolation situation. Kids that one off the glass, but just off. Unlucky. McCoy.
Trambolis gets called for the foul, but saves 2 points, and he'll have to earn it the hard way at the stripe.
Yeah, Mario trying to use his length there. Very capable defender. Also very good at moving his feet.
Haysom here will check in for Vasilev.
Okay, so on the line now, but Bok McCoy. His semi-final basketball here at the Hills Stadium. So thank you to the Hills Hornets organisation for hosting us this weekend. The winner of this game will go on to play either the Sharks or the Central Coast Crusaders in the grand final. That'll be tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. Still got the semi-finals to decide here, and this game's looking very close. Raffo in possession.
Locked in a wind up, clock down, get one shot here to end this first period.
Yeah, hounded by Peterson, but Raffo in control.
Top of the point, pick and roll. Trotman will drive the closeout. Back to Santellis, and a foul is called. And that'll be on Kaleem Peterson, his first.
Yeah, 7 seconds to operate here. We'll see what the Comets run. 1 second difference between shot and game clock. Oh no, 8 seconds. So yeah, there we go. Shot clock turned off.
Santellis off the Barkley, can't make the floater there.
Oh, ball flying everywhere. Feet ahead.
Great
McCoy.
transition execution.
Yeah, but just ran out of time. So at half time, at the end of the first, we've got a close one on our hands. 18-13. Penrith Panthers in control. Kieran, what do you make of the Penrith Panthers defensively in that first quarter?
Bit ill-disciplined, I'd say, so far, but overall, I feel like their transition is where they have their bread and butter. Comets here, they're doing well. Great defensive intensity, but it is going to be a tough fight here for both teams. Comets hungry to dethrone Penrith. Penrith looking to add to their already unblemished season. And in the other Youth League semi-final, we have the Sutherland Sharks and Central Coast Crusaders. Winner of both of those two semi-finals will play tomorrow.
And we are terribly sorry, just joining the coverage after running from another court. Kieran has been covering admirably. My name is Nick Godsell. Thank you very much, and welcome to what is now going to be the second quarter of this clash in the Spalding Waratah Youth Men's Division 2 competition. And currently, Kieran, you want to bring us up to speed?
Yes.
What the current scores are?
And Penrith here up 5. They are here to start this second quarter. They have not lost a game yet all season. Comets here looking to be the first one to do that. Penrith here looking to add on to that already stellar season so far.
Fantastic.
And apologies earlier for some name and jersey confusions, as our score sheets were incorrect before, but they have been corrected now. And Penrith here will start this second period with William Ezekiel, Harrison Turner, Chet Hickson, Mitch Fenton, and Mabok McCoy. Comets here will start with Marquise Trotman, Mario Chambalis, Ben Haysom, Bowen Santellis, and Tegan Raffo. Comets here will start it off in the second quarter.
Obviously, the Comets have it all to do on account of the fact that they are facing an absolute juggernaut from the regular season.
Chambalis unable to score off the floppy action. We brought up here. For 3, McCoy can't finish there. Fenton, fending for the rebound, unable to get it. Picked up by Haysom, who's blitzed at the halfway line.
Aggressive double team indeed. It didn't pay off that time, but it just goes to show the intention that Penrith is not going to allow easy advances up the court.
Most definitely.
It's Comets ball from the side. And obviously a 5-point game at this stage is nothing, but the point is no team wants to let this get out.
Deflected there out by McCoy. Comets will retain possession here.
Man-on-man defense. They're looking to get a bit of a
Centellis
shuffle.
for a second three. Drills that and cuts the lead to 2 for Penrith. And Comets here.
If the Comets can get open shots like that, then it's going to be trouble for Penrith. Penrith really needs to make sure that those Comet ball rotations are difficult, because if they find open men like that on the perimeter, it's going to be over early. But Penrith, of course, drawing the foul there. Number 1 to the line.
Hickson will go to the stripe here. The Youth League 2 leading scorer and reigning MVP for Youth League Men's Division 2. Ezekiel Filipino here at the scorer's table, ready to check in.
First one didn't go down, but that's what second chances are all about.
Comets here so far have gone 8 deep. Meanwhile, the Panthers have gone 10 deep. Steal there. A foul there.
That is very interesting reactive defense from the Panthers. The Comets thought they were on the break, but already they were stopping the ball early. You stop the ball, and the other team is going to have all sorts of trouble. Now, that is possibly the worst possible outcome for the Comets off a defensive rebound. And number 3 to the line for the Comets. Sorry, beg pardon. Number 3 to the line for the Panthers, William Ezekiel. Doesn't make the first. I mean, this is obviously a good little lesson to kids. Practice your free throws when you get to training early. It could make all the difference in a semi-final game at the BNSW level.
Rebounded there by the newly checked in Filipino. Chambolis, guarded by Ezekiel, throws it to Centellis. Fumbles the ball. Fenton to Ezekiel. And Hickson can't finish.
Drawing the foul. The momentum, I've got to say, Kieran, the momentum of the Panthers team when they get on the break, they are making it very difficult for the Comets to get a stop. It's either a case of let them get to the rim and just hope they miss, or else they're drawing fouls. I've only just joined the game 1 minute and 17 seconds ago, and the parade to the foul line by the Panthers has been very impressive.
Yes, great start here in the second quarter. Comets, though, doing well to keep that lead short, but Penrith also missing several free throws. Raffo, their point guard, has picked up his second foul, so he'll go to the bench for Comets. And Vasilev and Hamilton will check in here for Chambolis and Raffo.
It's a 4-point lead right now. Penrith up 20-16. 8:33 to go in the second quarter.
And this is the same matchup here that we had a fortnight ago at Penrith Stadium in the qualifying, in the preliminary final between Comets and Penrith.
Dialing from distance, but it didn't work that time. And once again, Penrith is on the break. They are very quick out of the blocks. Comets able to slow things down, so now it becomes a half-court game, but the energy of the Penrith game, and they get an attack at the rim. They don't get the score.
Filipino handed there by Ezekiel. Vasilev back with the ball, also handed. Grimacing as he goes to the basket. And Ezekiel there with smothering defense. And that'll be a turnover.
And what I like from the Panthers is the early pressure on the ball, because the thing is, the Comets were forced to basically get their head down and plunge into the keyway where the help was, and it was very much a sort of hot potato reaction. They've just got to...
Hamilton here guarding Hickson here to start this second quarter as he comes back on the floor. Star matchup. He'll come down the floor.
A bit of a gift there for the Comets. That was a wide open three that just did not go down for Penrith Panthers.
Haysom unlucky there.
Once again triggering the break.
Hickson to Ezekiel. And there's some off-ball contact. And Hamilton does what he does best, making those winning plays, and draws the charge.
Offensive foul. I do love the way that he didn't give up on that play. Even though the ball moved away from the man he was guarding, he held his position because he could see that the momentum of the man who was out of control. He won a possession for his team.
And a massive play there. That is Jed Hickson's second personal foul. So into the game comes Colleen Peterson for him. And Marquise Trotman has checked in here for Bowen St. Ellis. Comets here sticking, going 8 deep here. Trotman with the dead ball. Hamilton makes the best out of it. Back cuts and draws the foul. Goes down hard. But a great recovery there to save the possession there for Comets.
And the blocking foul means it's going to be a 2 from the line for the Comets.
Hamilton doing a great job there to make sure he gets that ball up in the air as he drew the foul. And Biatola here will check in for Harrison Turner.
The benefit for the Comets, of course, is also stopping the clock, going to the free throw line. That just stops the Penrith Panthers from getting into their vaunted fast break offense. They're going to have to pull the ball off the backboard, and they're going to have to play some half court.
Hamilton there splits a pair of free throws. And off that, semi-trans is stopped there by the Comets defense.
This has given the Comets a chance at their defensive transition, and now they can start to force the issue. The score, very impressive on the break, very controlled, and timeout called. Penrith wants to talk about this. They're only up by 1.
Yes.
Now, this is an undefeated team throughout the entire season. They're probably not used to having games quite this close, this early.
Indeed, indeed. Especially after they beat this same matchup occurred a fortnight ago in a 30-point win for Penrith in the qualifying finals. And yeah, Trotman there with a great steal, great defensive play, end-to-end finish. And after a rough start in terms of ill foul discipline to start the quarter, Comets here recovering, keeping it nice and short. And no team here so far has led by more than 5 points.
Just while we're having this break, Basketball New South Wales would like to thank one of our major sponsors, Spalding, the official ball partner to Basketball New South Wales. Visit our online store at www.bnsw.com.au to purchase yours today. But 1 point game, this is what finals time is all about. We got an exciting one here.
Yes, and you can definitely see Comets here playing their guys, trying to keep this game close, and that's what it's for. That's what best players got to play. Penrith here with a little bit of a more prolonged rotation, but also a result of their depth, and hence their immaculate season so far.
Yeah, well, it is an immaculate season so far. The interesting thing is, back on the 11th of August, there was a preliminary final between these two teams where the Penrith Panthers walked away 85-56 winners. It looks like the Comets have really learnt from that particular experience.
Yes, they have. And Zach Chimel here has checked into the game for Mitch Fenton after the timeout. Biatola will drive the closeout, picks it out. Peterson unable to knock down his second triple. Great rebound in traffic there by Hamilton, but he's picked up from behind, but it's regained by Comets.
Once again, we're seeing that relentless full-court defense from the Penrith Panthers. They do not allow the Comets to get out on the break easy.
4 changes of possession there. And McCoy, Peterson, Ezekiel drives the closeout past Hamilton, and Vasilev fouls him.
They are back to the free throw line again. The Comets are doing very well to keep the game this close, but they don't want to give away too many fouls too early because they could be sitting some very key players in the fourth quarter when they need it. If this is a close game in the fourth quarter, they are going to need their personnel ready to go and their rotations ready to go because people will be tired. There will be some tired legs out there.
Knocks down the second. And Penrith here have their two guards here picking up full court. Hamilton here over the halfway line. Drives it and is sent back by Zach Chimel. And a great help side defense there by the Penrith big man. Comets will retain possession.
Marcus Hamilton, he can't allow himself to be dissuaded by that, because he is their leading scorer over the course of the regular season. They are going to look to him to generate offense and to generate points. So he's just got to keep going. Hopefully he can draw some fouls for his team.
Great way to push out there by Ezekiel on the bigger Trotman. Trotman, though, perseveres and gets all the way to the basket for an athletic finish.
And we have a tight game, 21-all. This, after previous results, is probably something Penrith was not expecting. So,
yes, it's 21-21. Comets here playing savage.
And that was a fantastic wall-up double team.
And a travel here called.
2 wall-ups at once, double team. Oh, the result's fantastic. Travel called, like you say, indeed.
In unison, Comets here doing a great job to just consistently pursue, and persevere. Penrith here. Hamilton will take it himself, kicks it out to Filipina. Doesn't take many, but he hits it from the corner.
That was perfectly executed. He drew the defense in. He got his teammate wide open for a wide open three-point shot, and the Sydney Comets are in the lead.
Number 9 there, hits that on break. 6 on the shot clock. Comets here scrambling. Great wall up there by Trotman, unable to finish.
And Comets are actually able to get their fast break game going.
And an offensive foul there called on Trotman. Great defense there by the tandem of Penrith defenders.
I clearly spoke too early saying they got their fast break game going.
Commentators jinx.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's a power I have.
Mike Breen would be proud. And Raffo here has checked in to the game for Haysom, along with Chambolis, who's checked in for Vasilev. And the Comets here with their 3 electric guards in Hamilton, Chambolis, and Raffo, paired with their 2 athletic front court players, Filipina and Trotman.
And of course, once again, foul call benefit here for Penrith, of course, is they are in the bonus for the remainder of this half. So it's going to be 2 shots, and they've been very good at drawing fouls so far. So it's going to be a parade to the free throw line if Sydney's not careful.
Yes, and also has a lot to do with the discipline as well. But Comets doing a great job walling up, but it's their transition opportunities they're giving up. Hence the abundance of foul calls. Raffo here has picked up his 2nd personal foul. Centellis checking back in here for Marquise Trotman. And you can see the effect of Jed Hickson picking up his 2nd personal foul. He sat here on the bench for about 2.5 minutes, and the span of which Comets have been able to make a 5-point deficit, a 3-point lead.
I've only seen 6 minutes of this game, but one thing that really stands out is the Penrith ball movement in the half court. They will move that ball until they find the ideal driving opportunity, and then they attack the rim, and that is why they are getting to the free throw line so often.
Hamilton there, stopping the fast break led by Biatola.
Now there is that ball movement again, and they are looking to attack on the inside.
Stone trying to post up Raffo. 9 on the shot clock. Peterson will drive the Chambolis, late closeout, and get all the way to the hoop, past Filipino.
That's what we used to call in the old days a frat doodle. Very good. Flying finger roll through the keyway.
Raffo here.
I'm sure it's exactly what he intended, but it looked improvised all the same. Well done.
Biatola there picks up his 1st personal foul, attempting to roughen up the Comets' guard and slow down their offense.
Yeah, well, these Comets, win or lose, they are going to sleep very well tonight, because they are going to be tired just from bringing the ball up against this relentless Perth full court defense.
Off the splits action, Rafa will drive it.
And once again, we are triggering the Penrith break. Not so good this time. Defensive transition really paying off there for the Comets. They got themselves into the right place. Now,
definitely a lot of off-ball movement and a great rejection and a foul there.
They got the ball into the dunker spot, and that's what he had in his mind by the look of it, but drew the foul.
You can really see the combination of these 3 electric guards in Hamilton, Chambolis, and Raffo all just working in sync and trying to keep this pressure on this Penrith defense.
Chambolis, he is going to the free throw line for 2 shots. And once again, this does slow down Penrith. If they have to pull the ball out of the bottom of the basket, it just puts a stymie on that vaunted fast break of theirs.
McNulty here is checked in here for Chimel. And Comets here looking to regain their 3-point lead here.
A 3-point lead for the Comets. Now, I mean, obviously they came here to win, but they've got to be happy at this stage.
This backcourt pressure is hounded now. Comets doing their best to keep Penrith guessing, switching from man to man, full court, half court, all of it. And they create a deflection. Blitzing, everything in the backcourt, sprinting, and also do a great job, something they didn't do in the first quarter, of stopping those fast breaks.
Once again, getting it to the rim. They know that they're in the bonus and they want to draw those fouls. Both teams, of course, in the bonus now.
And a heady finish there off Lachlan Stone, getting Penrith 2 more second chance points. Hamilton here is guarded by Biatola. Raffo off the switch against Biatola yet again. He's hounded on the sideline. Santellis to the weak side corner. Chambolis can't make it, but Filipino with a great tip ahead, but that goes straight to Peterson, who's now hounded. And Chambolis, Filipino, and Raffo all had an effort there in generating the steal.
He turned blind on the defender in pursuit, and as a result, Filipino, he was able to get out on the break and convert.
They had no Comets here. Off that steal, had no lemons, but they've made some lemonade here in this second quarter.
They are fired up.
They are.
They are on a sugar rush from the lemonade that you just mentioned.
Yes.
They are very happy with this situation now. Obviously, coming off a near 30-point loss a couple of weeks ago to this team, there were lessons to be learnt. And if anything, psychologically for the Comets, they feel that Penrith has not seen their best, but they've seen Penrith's best. So maybe they've got a game plan that they can stick with. Penrith is not going to be easy. They're not used to losing, and it would be a genuine upset if the Comets won this game.
And Biatola there with the finish off the errant pass as Raffo tried to get it to Vasilev off the back cut. And Vasilev has checked in for Marcus Hamilton, who's getting a well-earned break here. Chambolis met by a wall there by Lachlan Stone. That's why they call him the Stone, because he's a rock on defense.
And I've got to say, I'm going to applaud Biatola right now for Penrith, because he is one of the dominant three-point shooters in this competition. He made 79 three-point field goals over the course of the regular season. But the thing is, he recognises that his team is looking to attack the rim. He recognises his team is in the bonus. So he's not looking for that three-point game, although he very much has that in his arsenal. And also his activity on defense, he is just proving to be the 3-and-D player. He just hasn't had to deploy the 3 much today.
Yes, and also doing his great job being a secondary playmaker. And Hickson here now has sat on the bench for a long time. And it is looking like Coach Porter will keep him on the bench for the end till the end of this first half. And Hickson's been sitting for a long time now. Comets here hoping to have a great finish here to this second quarter. Off the rebound, Santellis to Raffo. Raffo dump off to Santellis. Off to Siakam. And can't miss it. The rebound there.
It's just a 1-point game at this stage. Comets up by 1, 28-27. 1:16 to go in the first half.
Biatola there unsuccessful on the 3-point attempt. Just over a minute here to go in this first half. Both teams in the bonus. Comets up by a point. Santellis for 3. Can't make his second 3 of the game. Ezekiel pushing it. 3-on-2 fast break. Poor pass. And Peterson elects not to take the open 3. But McNulty will take the contested one. Rebounded there by Stone, who's been active on the offensive boards and gets his own yet again. And
those offensive boards are really going to stick in the craw of the Comets right now.
Yes.
They had effectively 2 stops right there, and they weren't able to capitalise, and they got scored on.
And
they're going to wake up screaming tonight.
And
32.8 seconds left in the first half.
Cody Wagner here, some offense for defense. We'll check in for his first minutes of the game here for Tegan Raffo. And Finn Haysom here will check in here for the shooter for Mario Chambolis.
Chambolis missed the first. This second shot is his chance to tie up the game at 29 all. It's currently 29-28. Penrith Panthers, in what you'd have to say is a dour defensive struggle. It's 29 all at this stage, 32.8 seconds to go. Offense to defense.
Hamilton will check in for Vasilov.
As Kieran said, right now in the closing section of this half, it is a chess match between the coaches.
Even though they're in the bonus, still pressing hard. Great pass there. Biatola, though, over the bigger defender, finishes there in semi-trans. The Comets here can hold for one. Trotman, though, will push it. And the hastiness leads to a turnover.
Neither team really seems to want to slow down and run a half-court offense if the fast break is on. Now, clock management, I've got to say,
Porous.
that wouldn't have been my choice.
Penrith.
Now, we have 12 seconds left. Is there going to be more than one shot left in the game?
Well, the way Penrith are playing, there may be an offensive rebound. A take there. Rebounded by Santelis. He's got only a second. And it's overthrown.
Bursts it up. The halftime score, Penrith 31, Sydney Comets 29. I've got to say, at the beginning of this game, would you be expecting a 2-point game at halftime?
To be quite honest, I see the Comets. They have what it takes in terms of their grit to make this a game. But yes, they are definitely the underdogs, and a 2-point game is something that they are happy with, but definitely not content with as Comets here. They're going for the win. Penrith going for the win, trying to keep their unblemished season continue.
Well, obviously the Comets have had a magnificent regular season in their own right. 20 wins, 4 losses.
Yes.
They came second in Pool B, but
yes.
That is a result any coach would be happy to have until you just look at the mighty Penrith juggernaut, 24-0 during the regular season. So, obviously, as you say, Comets are the underdogs, but a 2-point game at this stage, they've got to be happy because they are in this. They are in this.
But they don't view themselves as underdogs. They're here to compete. And Penrith here, they're here to try and work towards winning that grand final tomorrow.
We would just like to thank another one of our major sponsors, GTK. GTK, big sponsors of Basketball New South Wales, who would like to thank GTK, the naming rights partner for the Waratah Wheelchair League. No challenge is too great with GTK. The leaders in assistive technology solutions. Get in touch with them today at www.gtk.com.au. We'd also like to say a big thank you to Soul Sports, the official supplier of our officiating apparel. Head to soulsports.com.au to learn more, and you can dress like a referee. It's a big welcome back to all our viewers on YouTube for the Spalding Waratah League Youth Men's Division 2 semi-final between the Penrith Panthers and the Sydney Comets. Current score is 31 to Penrith, 29 to the Comets. Basketball New South Wales would like to say a big thank you to another couple of our sponsors, iAthletic, the official partner for Basketball New South Wales high performance programs and apparel. Head to the online store for www.bnsw.com.au to check out some of the apparel on offer. And also a big thank you to Ford Aussie Hoops. Ford Aussie Hoops, our national Learn to Play program for basketball players aged 5 to 10, the future stars. Head to www.aussiehoops.basketball to learn more. I'm Nick Godsell. I am joined by our expert commentator, Kieran Komisarin here. Kieran, first half, 2-point game between two teams that were previously meeting, and there was a 30-point win.
Yes. So the difference is definitely the Comets' intensity, and situation is everything. But Comets are doing a great job in intensity, and Penrith just need to do a better job in terms of knocking down their 3-point attempts, but they're doing well in transition. And Hickson here will return to start this second half after sitting a prolonged period of time on the bench with those 2 fouls. And something that we don't usually see. We see a lot of coaches gamble these days, and especially with 2 fouls, you would think he would come back in, but he is fresh and or cold, but he's ready to go. Comets.
Well, I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But I'll just ask you this question right now. The Comets, are they confident after that first half?
I would say they're confident, but confidence cannot be confused with content, because they're not content till they see that win. And the 3 there, Turner can't hit it. The Comets here starting with Trotman, Hamilton, Haysom, Vasilev, and Santelis. Meanwhile, a 3 there by Fenton. And Fenton, Hickson, McCoy, Stone, and Turner will start this second half here for the Penrith Panthers. Both teams with slightly different starting lineups here for this second half. Comets actually will go with their starting lineup.
That opening for the Penrith Panthers, they got 2 open 3-point shots in 1 offensive play. They made the second one. Once again, offensive rebounds playing a real role in the game, but it's a bit of a change from the first half, because Penrith was so very much drive it at the rim, attack the rim based, and now all of a sudden they're looking to unleash their perimeter game. So it's possible that they're trying to throw a new look at the Sydney Comets just to throw them off, because Penrith is not used to being in this position of such a close game after an undefeated regular season and early postseason.
And another jump ball there called. Vasilev posting there underneath the basket. Penrith there will regain possession with the possession arrow in their favour.
Now, it's only a 5-point game right now, 34-29, Penrith up, but this is a very critical time. Sydney does not want to allow Penrith to get on a run. If they extend this to a double-figure lead, that could be a bit of a psychological blow.
Indeed. And McCoy slicing his way all the way to the hoop.
Fantastic athleticism, but that was still too easy.
Yes.
The Sydney Comets coach is probably not going to be happy with that.
Hamilton there. Sorry, Santelis there. Hickson there with the deflection. McCoy picks it up, throws it back to Hickson. He'll go to
the foul.
Haysom there called for his second personal foul.
Comets are very lucky not to be seeing a 3-point play there right now. That almost went in. But as we can see, the deflection game is really on song, as you pointed out. But the defensive transition by the Comets has just got to stand up, because Penrith is going to look to run anytime that they can see an open ring from the other side of the court.
Indeed.
Already it's an 8-point lead now, 37-29.
A 6-0 run here to start this third quarter here. A 3 by Fenton, a 2 by McCoy, and 2 free throws there by Hickson, and that is a 7-0 run to start this second half here. Comets here going to have to dig deep here. And Trotman to Santelis, poor spacing there, but they reshape. Hamilton here, 9 on the shot clock, throws it to Santelis. What a pass! Haysom extra to Vasilev. He'll sidestep it. Shorts there, but picked up by Hamilton on the floor. Out to Centellis. Trotman, 11 on the clock. Takes a questionable shot, but shoots the deep three. Rebounded there.
We missed Marcus Hamilton there. Wide open in the dunker spot on the weak side. Possibly they've got the blinkers on when looking for these shots, but they are skirting dangerously close to that double-figure lead that I was talking about, or a double-figure deficit for the Comets. So they just need to make sure that they get their stops, they slow the ball, they curtail that Penrith fast break.
Haysom there. What an excellent finish. Draws the contact, and he finishes there and will go to the line to ideally make this a three-point play for the Comets.
That is ideal for the Comets at this stage. That is their first score of the second half. It's already 2.25 minutes in. They probably would have liked to get a score or two on the board by this point, but at last they've seen it go through the rim, and a three-point play here would really help them psychologically.
Raffo here, early checked in, their point guard, who's been dealing with injuries much of the season, hence why he's coming off the bench, but he has checked in for Vasilev. And Comets here with the deflection there, off the made free throw there. And Hamilton here switches, and here will guard Turner. Haysom on Stone, and a steal there, Trotman. And that's 5 points here, 5 quick here for the Comets.
It's those hustle plays, and just blitzing in the backcourt is making all the difference. They've got to match Penrith's intensity, and they are starting to. They are slowing the ball, and they are stopping that fast break going.
Hickson, Fenton, McCoy over Trotman. Unable to hit it. Centellis corrals the rebound. Hamilton here. Sizing up. Turner. Great defense there by Turner. Raffo extra to Trotman.
He's forced into an awkward fall-away shot there. And once again, that's not the kind of shot you want, because the long rebound triggered the Penrith break. But here we go again.
The blind pass there by McCoy leads to a botched fast break. And that leads to another botched fast break.
Oh.
Rafa there, rebounds. A tandem of botched sequences there.
There's a few players who really wish they could replay that section of the game again, because so many easy opportunities. And I think when you say botch, you're being kind.
Yes. And Haysom there with a great spin move, but unable to hit the rim there. Comets, though, will regain possession. Will retain possession here.
It's a 4-point game at this stage, 38-34. Penrith in the lead. Comets keeping it close, and if they keep this to a close game in the fourth quarter, they can go in with confidence. They've just got to make sure they maintain that momentum, and indeed they do. 2 more points, 38-36.
After a 7-0 run to start the third quarter by Penrith, Comets with their own personal 7-0 run, courtesy of a Finn Haysom and one, a Marquise Trotman 2, and another Marquise Trotman 2.
What we're seeing here is the beauty of the game of basketball. It's a game of momentum shifts, and
yes,
being a relatively high-scoring sport, a high-scoring game, you can see that a double-figure lead does not necessarily mean game over. That could be erased in a matter of 30 seconds, especially if you've got Reggie Miller on the floor.
Fortima, no foul there. Hickson and Trotman unhappy with the call, but Hickson will go to the line, building on his free throw attempts.
He did jump straight up, but the hands did not go straight up. The hands umbrellaed over the top of the offense.
Penrith here unchanged so far in this third period. Comets here will be making their second and third changes here, with Mario Chambalas here checking in and Ezekiel Filipino checking in at the next dead ball.
Jet Hickson, of course, the season leading scorer for the Panthers. He's adding to his total here right now. He's getting his eye in, and if he gets on a run, it's going to be lights out for the Comets.
Yes, that prolonged period of the bench doesn't look to have skipped a beat, and he's ready. And Raffo here. Turner goes under the screen in the backcourt. Centellis. That's some double drag there. Hamilton will drive it. Unable to finish.
It's getting very physical in the paint there. I'm a little surprised about the outcome there, but It does not go Sydney Comets' way. Having a chat with the referee, fair enough, but he's just got to get on with the game because he's got enough to think about without analysing every single call.
Raffo has been quiet, but he's doing what he can. He's doing he's playing great defense and out there just trying to make impactful plays. Hamilton there. And
great steal by Hamilton, but once again he had to slow it down, and Penrith was able to get back on defense very nice and quickly. They were not able to capitalise with numbers. Comets
really need to do a better job of having their lane runners and wings who don't have the ball run the floor, and so they can execute in transition. Hickson, an athletic, had to alter in the air as Hamilton was there.
There's another one of your botch jobs. No, absolute respect to Hickson. I mean, he got himself in the air. He got himself a shot at the rim, and it's not easy with all these bodies flying. But he could have converted that layup, but instead he walks away with a foul. And I mean, that's not the part of your score sheet that you want to enhance at this point of the game. He'd like to see those 2 points, not that one extra foul.
And Peterson here, after having to play a plethora of minutes in the first half due to Hickson's foul trouble.
Yeah.
In his first minutes here in the second half off the steal, and we'll get 2 free throws. Chimel has also checked in for Mitch Fenton.
Very much a frustration foul there. He got his pocket picked, and as a result, he just compounded the error by getting the foul there. Now, 2 shots. If he misses both, then it was a good foul, but right now it just looks like it's a mistake compounded with another mistake. But bringing the ball up against this Penrith defence is no easy matter. So having his pocket picked, it's not going to be the first time in the game that this happens to a Comets player. It certainly won't be the last.
Both teams here starting in full core man-to-man pressure here in this third quarter. And it's led to lots of turnovers and also a lot of runs. Santellis there all the way, gets to the basket and finishes there with the little floater.
Gets it back to a 3-point game, 41-38. The Comets are hanging in there, and they're keeping Penrith honest. Penrith has been a juggernaut during the regular season, 24-0.
Comets switching there, switching again. It's working for them. Hickson, open 3. It's nothing but rim.
The offensive rebound, that is creating a wide open shot for the...
A lot of settling here by the Panthers here. Hamilton there. We'll kick it back out. Raffo calling a set.
Once again, that defensive transition from the Panthers is able to stop any skerrick of a fast break for the Comets.
Chambolas there, unable to hit a 3 there. Hickson, the one-man fast break. Throws it out. McCoy, unable to hit it. Santellis with a great cross-court pass. But Hamilton, yet again, due to the lack of pushing by the Comets, will hold the ball and wait for Comets to get set up.
Kieran, do you think it's the defensive transition of the Panthers, or do you think the Comets lack a little bit of aggression in terms of their push up the floor?
And I would say it's their lack of pushing it up the floor, and without the ball, feel like they need to run the lanes a little bit harder. And a moving screen there called on Ezekiel Filipino, and a turnover there by the Comets. Haysom here checking in for Hamilton. Hamilton will get a rest here. Comets definitely looking to make that a short rest, but one that will hopefully have him refilled and replenished to get back in the game.
Yep, there's not a lot of time for resting here. This is a sudden death semi-final. The winner of this goes on to face the victor of Sutherland Sharks versus Central Coast Crusaders in the grand final, 11:45 a.m. on Sunday. So they really just have to leave all the energy out there. They cannot afford to take a backward step.
Trotman here will check in for the Comets for Santellis, whilst Ezekiel will check in here for McCoy, and Nicholas Milai-Sergev will check in here to get his first minutes of the game for Lachlan Stone.
That last turnover by Penrith, I actually don't mind, because the thing is, that wasn't made out of hesitancy, that wasn't made out of indecision. That was just a very aggressive play for a baseline cut that just didn't come off.
Great tip-out rebound there by Filipino. Raffo misses. And
unable to secure the rebound there at that stage.
Shambolis there fell to the floor, but Comets, that effort, they are rewarded with a baseline inbound here. Comets have been very, very well at executing here on their baseline out of bounds plays. A deep open three for Haysom. Hit one of those a few weeks back when they played each other.
Shambolis taking it into the key, drawing the foul, showing a bit of that characteristic aggression that we saw from Penrith in the first half, when they were always just repeatedly taking it to the rim. Now, it's not a case of the bonus yet, but they need to even up this foul count, because it's been a parade to the line for the Penrith Panthers at this stage, and if Sydney can avoid just relying on their three-point shot when the defense is set, if they can actually attack the rim, draw some fouls, stop the Penrith Panthers from getting out on that break. You miss a three-point shot, long rebound, fast break, big trouble.
And a rare call there, but the right one. Shambolis there called for the line violation. Stepped over the line before the ball hit the rim. Hence the free throw line extended inbound. Hickson out to Peterson. Cross-court pass.
10 seconds left on the shot clock, but very rarely has the shot clock played a role in this game so far.
Trotman off the rebound, pushing it himself. He'll shoot it. Unable to convert there. Rebounded there by Chimel.
That's another one of those layups that you really want back. Now, the defense did a fantastic job, but still, the ball was on the rim. It thought about it, just didn't go in. Three-point shot on the other hand, so that is basically a 5-point swing just from a missed layup to a made three-point shot.
Minimal minutes here for Nicholas Milosevljev, but he has made an impact here.
It's currently a 6-point lead, 44-38. Penrith up. 1:45 to go in the third quarter.
Shambolis, three late in the clock. Can't get the shooter's bounce, but Ezekiel rebounds the ball. And he's got Filipina here. Mismatch. Hickson out. And Milosevljev hits his second three and lets Marquise Trotman know about it. And the lead's up to 9, and the Comets here will call a timeout.
Jet Hickson has been a sensational scorer for the Panthers over the course of the regular season, 24.6 points per game. But what really impresses me is the fact that he draws the defense and he is able to find his man. That's in just the last few minutes. That's the second time he's found someone for a wide open three-point shot after drawing all the defense, getting them stuck in the mud in the keyway. He's got very good court senses, and if you look at the score sheet, you just see he's racking up points. But the thing is, he is creating for his teammates as well.
He is. It's the Steph Curry effect, the gravity, even when he doesn't have the ball, his shooting. Same with Biatola, but Biatola's been quiet so far tonight. Yet to see him here in the second half. But Hickson, you can see the difference in Penrith's offense and the potency of said offense when he's on the floor versus when he's not.
Yeah, well, if he's finding his three-point shooters on the perimeter like that, then Biatola, you'd think he would be one of those players you want out there with his hungry hands ready to catch off the Jet Hickson drives, because Biatola, he is the leading three-point shooter for the Penrith Panthers over the course of the regular season. 79 three-point field goals made over the course of the season. To put that in comparison, Marcus Hamilton from the Comets, he leads the Comets in three-point makes over the course of the season. He made just 51.
Just... Yes,
51 is a lot. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, but
it just puts it into perspective.
It certainly does. Yeah.
What about Nicholas Milosevljev? He got his first minutes here in this second half, and he's hit 2 threes here, extending this lead and forcing the timeout by Coach Tamak. Comets here, got 90 seconds here, hoping for a strong finish to this third period. Raffo off the step back, unable to finish. Hickson grabs the board and will slow it down. Peterson will get the ball.
It's a 9-point lead. Once again, dancing very close to the Comets facing that double-figure deficit. There is a psychological barrier that goes along with the double-figure deficit. 9 points does not feel nearly as much as 10 points.
Peterson can't finish off the Barkley, but Hickson's just quick first step, getting by defenders, making those tough, hard passes, but he's getting it. Hamilton, Filipina, but Filipina traveled there.
Yeah. He's playing with energy, but maybe just a little bit out of control. Now, it was a great cut. He got himself into a great scoring position, but as the referee said, he did it illegally. So, once again, turnover, no shot going up.
Penrith here electing not to go for the 2-for-1. Just trying to get the best shot possible here. Ezekiel unable to hit the 3. Centellis with the rebound. Great left-handed, one-handed pass, but Haysom.
And the fast break goes wanting for the Sydney Comets. They had the opportunity. They got the stop at the other end, but just weren't able to capitalise. Now it's just 20.4 seconds left. A disciplined Penrith Panthers would be able to make this the last shot of the third quarter.
Indeed. Hickson, Hamilton taking this end of possession by guarding Hickson, draws the charge, and Hickson.
It's not going to be the last shot of the third quarter.
And Hickson there picks up his third personal. Some offense for defense here. Stone.
The bench is actually calling that fourth personal.
Fourth personal. Indeed.
That is big trouble for Penrith if they require Hickson. I mean, right now they have a 9-point lead, but Hickson's sitting down. They do not want to risk a foul in this final defensive possession.
Comets here, a 3 would do massives in terms of psychologically and scoreboard-wise.
3 seconds on the clock.
Extra. Haysom at the buzzer and drains the triple.
That is the best possible outcome. They sent the leading scorer for the Panthers to the bench to sit down for a bit. They got the 3. They forced the turnover. They got the score on the buzzer. They've got to be feeling good. They're down 6 points, but 6 points in a game like this, it can turn very quickly.
Of course. And it all starts from those winning plays, those little plays. That drawing that charge there by Hamilton. It's almost a triple whammy. Hickson picking up his 4th, a turnover, and an end-of-quarter triple. And it's down to 6 points in quite a low-scoring affair. But we are ready here for a exciting fourth quarter.
It is a low-scoring game. It's a fast game nonetheless. I mean, it's certainly pacey. But
definitely.
Kieran, I'm going to ask you, head coach Matt Porter of the Penrith Panthers. Right now, Jet Hickson is on 4 fouls. Does he start him in this final quarter to try and extend the lead and just blow it out? Or do you think he is worried about having Hickson available for those final few minutes of the game?
I think it's game to game and off the situation. I'm one for taking risks, but yeah, considering the amount of fouls, fast pace of the game, Penrith with this 6-point lead and with the depth, I would probably sit him on the bench for a few minutes and then look to bring him in. But it's always dependent on the game, the situation, not just the scoreboard, but the game and its flow. And I would probably elect to keep him on the bench, as coach does, as he will go with Zach Chimel, Nicholas Milo-Salajev, who was a revelation there in that third quarter, and Kaleem Peterson, William Ezekiel, and Zach Chimel, along with Lachlan Stone, will start this fourth period for the Penrith Panthers. And yet to see Biatola, though, wondering if he's dealing with an injury after playing lots of minutes there in that first half. Yet to see him here in this second half.
And I've got to say, he looked defensively very good in the first half. So, yeah, maybe he's sparked an ankle or something like that. Hopefully he's all right, and hopefully we will see him in the final quarter so he can stand up and be counted for his team.
Comets here will start. They will start with Filipina, Centellis. Filipina has a Roma. Centellis will guard the big, and they'll have Haysom, along with Hamilton and Raffo, to start this fourth period.
6-point lead is nothing in this game. So
yes,
the Comets, after coming off a loss of nearly 30 points to the Panthers in an earlier preliminary final, they know that they're in this game. They've just got to be disciplined about it. Now, that's a good start for the Comets. Panthers probably not too happy about airballing a 3, but
Milo-Salajev there. Hit 2 threes, probably a little bit overconfident. Not a catch and shoot one there. But
it does flag something for the Comets, however, that although that was a miss, that was an open 3.
Yes.
You don't want to give them those open shots at this stage of the game, at any stage of the game, but particularly when you are trying to mount a comeback.
Off the dribble, though. So, and a rebound there. Rebounded by Chimel. Ezekiel here. Haysom will take that assignment. Streaking. Milo-Salajev open. He's missed by Stone. Stone will take it against the contest, but gets Filipina out the way and finishes. And pushes that lead out to 8. They get the first bucket here of this fourth quarter. One of these teams here will be playing their last 9 minutes of this season. neither team wanting to be them.
Unless, of course, we go to overtime. They are playing their last 14. Anyway, we'll just have to see.
Or double overtime.
Double overtime. There we go. That's how that's how maths works. But look, I mean, if we ended up in an overtime game, I wouldn't be batting an eyelid at this stage because it is an 8-point lead right now. But the way that momentum shifts have gone in this game, if it's tied at full time, I wouldn't be surprised.
A lot of physicality there in transition. Chimel. An errant pass. And Raffo will push it. Great strip there in transition by Peterson.
That is sensational, keeping his hands out of the cookie jar while being able to deflect the ball. His coach has got to be very happy about that. That turnover was awkward, to say the least, and the fact that they didn't give up an easy 2 points at the rim or a foul, they've got to be very happy with that, and now they can get their defense set.
And great sportsmanship there by Filipina, but should have probably gone in transition, but he remains. And checking if Milo Salajev, who appears to have a lower leg injury, he's still on the floor.
He's just being checked out at the moment. We hope he's okay.
And Penrith have elected to take him off.
He is able to put some weight on the foot. However, it does look like he may struggle for the rest of the game, and he is indeed being assisted off the court. Not a lot of weight on the foot at all. I don't think we're going to be seeing him again today. And
had a great impact there in that third quarter, hitting those 2 triples, which is what helped generate that separation there. But both teams using that gap there to talk over game plans, using that huddle and maximizing it.
Yes. Milo Salajev, very, very valuable role player for his team. They obviously have the depth to cover this, but unfortunately, regardless of the outcome of this game, his weekend might be over. We wish him the best of luck and a quick recovery, but player health and player well-being is obviously first and foremost in Basketball New South Wales minds, to make sure that he gets a full recovery before he returns to the floor.
Back here to live action. Centellis, Haysom throws it away, and Ezekiel gets the steal. He's been the one who's picked up the majority of the minutes of the hole left by Biatola, not playing here in this second half. The reason so far undisclosed. As we play on Peterson from 3, can't make it. 3 for 3, there for the...
We've seen both teams flicking around their turnovers a bit too freely, and I think basically we're just waiting for one team to really take ascendancy by keeping control of the ball and being able to convert their fast breaks as well.
Hamilton there, unable to finish off the pick and pop 3. Stone posting up the smaller Haysom. Centellis shading over. The tilt is unable to defer him.
A little bit of a dream shake there and a nice hook shot in the keyway.
Yes.
Just proves to show that guards can play the big roles too.
Rafa there, fumble there, hounded by Ezekiel, and a jump ball called.
Jump ball called. The possession arrow goes with the Comets.
Rafa is unhappy with the call, but says my bad, and we will play on. And interesting here, we will see Cody Wagner, who's played just the one defensive possession at the end of the second quarter, but we'll check in here for Tegan Rafa as Mario Chambolis will check in here for Finn Haysom.
Chambolis, the third leading scorer during the regular season for the Comets, so obviously they're looking to put some score power on the floor.
Centellis there steals it off the ill-advised pass, but steps out of bounds. And
it's now a double-figure lead at this point, 51-41. Penrith is up now. Dangerous times for the Comets. 7:23 to go in the game. They don't want to let this lead blow out any further. They want to get their stops going, but
they also got to be on the attacking foot. Got to close this deficit.
Hence, bringing out the scorers.
Interesting to see how long Vasilev will sit on the bench. Not sure if he's dealing with the injury. Has been sitting for a prolonged period of time. Filipina. Great pass there by the big man. Hamilton there. And through 2 defenders. Call for the foul. Lachlan Stone.
Hamilton, of course, the regular season leading scorer for the Comets. He knows it's his time to step up, and he's probably going to be on the attack, at very least to draw fouls, if nothing else. The question is, can he do what Jet Hickson does, and that is, when he draws that attention, can he create for his teammates as well? Because obviously Panthers are going to be aware of his score power and his scoring prowess.
Another beautiful rebound there on the O glass by Filipino. Santellis to Hamilton. Hamilton having a rough shooting night from deep. But talking about Hickson, when would you bring him back in?
Look, I would, frankly, you've got a 10-point lead right now. I would probably wait until the 5-minute mark and then just make sure that he is on the floor for that final 5 minutes.
Yes, and for those who've just joined us, Hickson, their star player, has 4 personal fouls. A turnover there by the Panthers.
Hustle on the floor. They want it. It's a question of who wants it more, obviously, but the Comets are facing the very real possibility this is their last 6 minutes 23 of the season.
Yes.
As you pointed before, so they've got to leave it all out there. They're not saving anything for tomorrow if they don't get this win sorted out.
Chambolas. Comets here could definitely use from getting into their actions a little bit quicker. Santellis. Cody Wagner out to Hamilton. Hamilton will drive it, met by 3 Penrith defenders.
He's taking it upon himself now. He is trying to force the action. Now, he is getting himself to the free throw line, and that is going to be the 3rd team foul for the quarter. So they're heading towards heading into the bonus,
yes,
which will help because obviously you get into the bonus. Every foul, it stops the clock and gets you a chance to score. That is probably something they're going to have to lead heavily on. Well, the scoreboard is currently saying only 2 personal fouls. It's 2 team fouls for the quarter. My bad.
And here we're seeing extended minutes here for Cody Wagner. He is doing his best on the defensive end, creating chaos, getting deflections. That's what his aim is to do. And Trotman here is checked in here for Filipino. Definitely interested to see when Hickson comes back in the game, and the status of Biatola and Vasilev, the Comets and Penrith guards, who've both seen seldom minutes here in this second half.
Right now, the Comets getting the ball up the court is a little bit of a chaotic affair because the Penrith defense, as it has been for so much of the game, is so relentless. And that is probably a shot that is more a product of the defense than anything that the Comets were working for. That was what I call a hot potato shot. He wanted to get the ball up. He wanted to get the ball away from the defense.
Had enough time to make another play by passing or getting a better shot. Had 7, but
and that's one of those four-point plays, 4-point turnarounds. A miss at one end, an easy score at the other end, layup.
Comets here will use their penultimate timeout here. And
nice use of the word penultimate. Respect.
And a 10-point deficit here with 5 minutes ready. 5 minutes left in this ball game.
Kieran bringing out the syllables. Well done. Yes. Well, 53-43, 10-point game. Now, obviously, in the game of basketball, that can be turned around in the space of a single minute. But with the momentum of the game as it is right now, the Penrith defense is making it very difficult for the Comets to get into any sort of execution. Right now, the Comets are just looking for open opportunities and breakdowns in the defense, and that defense is not really breaking down much.
Very much, and it's been a good game so far. Comets here gonna have to dig in here for this last 5 minutes, and both teams using this timeout try and maximize their last 5 minutes here of this ball game, or potentially any overtime periods.
This is the first of 2 semi-finals here in the Waratah League Division 2 Youth Men competition. The second one coming up at 3:30 today. It's the Sutherland Sharks versus the Central Coast Crusaders. The winner of that game will meet the winner of this game in the grand final tomorrow, 11:45 a.m. on Sunday. Once again, it's all to play for. Jet Hickson still not on the floor.
Yes, definitely a lot of unknown reasons for both teams, but injuries, foul trouble could all be the reasons. And we're back here. Comets here inbounding it off their own baseline.
I'm going to make a call here, and it's probably going to be completely wrong, but I'm going to say that if this game gets to 6 points or under, Jet Hickson is going to be in this game immediately.
I would say that's a very astute judgment. 7 on the shot clock. Hamilton. Comets generate an open 3. Chambolis unable to hit there. And Peterson out to Fenton. Kicks to McCoy. Bobbles the pass. But salvages the play.
So now it's going to be a half-court game, half-court grind. Hitting it into the low post.
Stone inside out. Peterson utilizes his 0-step. And Trotman there pushing it in transition. He's had mixed results in transition today so far.
Yeah, he didn't really have numbers. He was going 1 against 3 more or less. He had a couple of trailers coming with him, but he just had blinkered eyes for the rim.
Great close out there off the drive by Fenton. Santella staying disciplined and on the floor. And a finish there.
And Penrith going to another hook shot in the keyway.
And Lachlan Stone saying too small to his defender. And giving a shoulder there to Santellis. Raffo there. And
all their little guards are playing big. Suddenly everyone wants to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Lachlan Stone there, definitely a Swiss Army knife. He's able to play wing, play in the posts, and he's just having a great impact here.
As is very much the case of modern basketball, it's less about guards, less about forwards, less about centers. It's more about having 5 basketball players on the floor.
Peterson there tries to draw the charge. Good no call there by the officials. And
once again, even though they don't have numbers, Penrith was looking... Oh! Foul call. Penrith was looking for the fast break, even though it was a 1 against 2. They are just that confident at speed. I don't think they like to play the half court quite so much as they like to get out and run.
Indeed.
It certainly paid off that time. McCoy drawing the foul. Now, I've got to say, it looked like a highlight play defensively. It looked like a block up there. It's just a lower body from his teammate.
The context of the game was different. Say Comets lead, I would say that would still be a highlight play.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And both the coach and Hamilton visibly and reasonably unhappy with the decision, but we will play on. Rebounded there, Chambolis, Raffo. Interesting context here.
Going for a highlight play. Came up with the donuts.
And a botched dunk there would have been monumental in bringing it back down to 10, but it ends up out of bounds. And
the thing is, I don't think that was necessary. I think it's not because the dunk was the easiest thing to do. Yeah. I think
trying to get the team like riled up, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, once again, credit to him. He's got athleticism that I no longer have for about 20 years.
Yes.
But
Stone here in the post, fades away. Falls to the floor.
An ugly make is always worth more points than a pretty miss.
So after that miss, Duncan out of bounds. Hamilton's checked out. Haysom has re-entered the game. Comets here. 3 bench players, 2 starters on... 3 starters, 2 bench players on the floor.
It's a 12-point lead right now. Penrith is up 55-43. 2:30 to go in the 4th quarter. It's gut check time for the Comets. Obviously, Penrith is in a comfortable position. Jet Hickson hasn't returned to the floor, and once again, he might not do so because it looks like the coach is preparing for a game tomorrow.
Indeed, I think this has I think this more now has less to do about the fouls and more so thinking about tomorrow, and in light of them potentially winning this game, keeping Hickson on the bench.
Obviously, Penrith wants to use this remaining 2 minutes 14 because they don't just want to play it out. They want to make sure that they're playing sharp, that they're playing smart, and that their players know where to hit their spots and what they're doing, because this is now practice for the next game unless there's a sudden 13-point turnaround. 55-43, Penrith up.
Be interesting here to see any sign of a white flag, but no, there will not be. And Hamilton and Filipina at the scorer's table, looking to check in here at the next dead ball.
First free throw down for William Ezekiel, Penrith Panthers, number 3.
Rebounded there by Centellis off the missed free throw. And Penrith still pushing hard.
As they should, because this is going to be a game tactic they're going to rely on if they move through to the grand final, which on balance of probability is likely to happen.
And the referees here just conversing to determine whose possession it is. And Ezekiel pleading that Haysom was the last one to touch the ball.
It's good to see the referees taking the time to deliberate rather than rushing the call, looking to get it right, and I believe that was the right one indeed.
Yes, after that deliberation, the call's been overturned, and it'll be Penrith ball. Chambolis there deflects it out of bounds.
Credit to the Comets, they are playing right to the end.
Shot clock unchanged. Peterson there, right by Hamilton, who's visibly exhausted, but he will keep playing as hard as he can. Pressing up there, Ezekiel, a great pass! And an exclamation point, Lachlan Stone there, and one. Hits the too small on the ground. And that was the punch and the punctuation there.
When it rains, it pours. It looks like it's getting very comfortable indeed for Penrith. A little bit of deliberation between the referees. Points count. It's called an unsportsmanlike.
And we will refrain from our...
Obviously playing the man rather than the ball.
Yes.
So that's what the referees are looking for. Was it a basketball play,
Yes.
aiming for the ball, or rather just to generally body block the man?
Not too sure about that call, but...
We'll take it. The referees, I believe, probably have a better angle on this than us. So. But, of course, that means, as you say, shots and possession.
And this will be...
The Sydney Comets now very much probably playing for pride, but the thing is they want to make sure that their final minute and a half of the season leaves a warm feeling that they gave it their all. And they have had a tremendous, tremendous regular season, and this has been a very good game. Because bearing in mind... A couple of weeks ago, these two teams met, and it was a near 30-point result.
It's interesting. Through the first 3 quarters, all of Hickson's minutes off the floor, such as at the end of that first quarter and second quarters when Comets made their runs, built that lead up. But here in this fourth quarter, without Hickson seeing the floor at all, they've really they've extended this lead and just made the game no longer a game. And
it may be a fatigue issue here, obviously, because at this stage of the game, there's going to be a lot of tired legs out there, and it's a lot harder to mount a comeback this late in the game.
Comets also going with a much shorter rotation than Penrith.
Oh, well, Penrith's depth has been absolutely sensational. Everyone who's coming on the floor is making an impact.
Indeed.
Offensively, defensively, running lanes, clogging up the defense. Their full court press is just relentless and has been chaotic situation for the Sydney Comets. And you need a deep team for that, and they've got a deep team.
As well, without their starting big, who's suffered an Achilles injury earlier in the season. So Penrith still much looking to be hungry. Comets continuing to fight, as you would expect. Hamilton here on the ball. In a bit of a zone here. Matchup zone. Drive there. And McCoy. And that pretty much puts the icing on the cake. And another steal there. Ezekiel. What a cut-through pass. And Peterson finishes in transition. The lead has ballooned out to 18 points here. A scintillating performance here in this fourth period by the Penrith Panthers.
Yes, this is the kind of outcome that Penrith is used to after this amazing regular season, completely undefeated in the early postseason.
But tomorrow is the game where that undefeated streak means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely, it's 0-0 tomorrow, and it's a sudden death game. But nonetheless, the spirit that they're going to bring into that game off the back of this has got to buoy them up. They do have a couple of injury issues, obviously, but as we said, the tremendous depth of the team is probably going to carry them through to be incredibly competitive tomorrow.
Interesting here. Stone, Peterson will both stay in the game here for this last 30 seconds. Double teamed here, Ezekiel and McCoy. Force yet another turnover.
Yet again, we've seen it all game, and it is credit to Penrith, and it is a show of their character that full court pressure is not relenting, even with 24 seconds to go.
Indeed. Comets
and an 18-point lead.
They're resigned from the fact that this game is all but decided. Foul there called, bonus 2.
No, referee is reassessed, checked with the bench. It is only the 4th team foul. Let's see if they just dribble it out.
Shot clock off, 15 seconds. The Comets will still press up, but Penrith looking here just to hold the ball, run this possession out. But Comets pressure.
And the clock is running out.
And the 3 will count.
3 counts, there we go. That is indicative of the season that Penrith has had so far. The final score is Penrith Panthers 65, the Sydney Comets 44. Now, Kieran, I've got to say, over the course of that game, if we don't look at the final score, that was a much closer game than the final score would attest.
Indeed. Not just looking at the fourth quarter, through those, it was within 6 points either way. Penrith had that fourth quarter lead going into it up 8, but yes.
Yeah, this was a 2-point game at halftime, and
Indeed.
in the lead up to halftime, Sydney was leading
by
2 and 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So credit to both teams. Yet another sensational product from the Basketball New South Wales Spalding Waratah Youth Men's League. Division 2. This was the first of 2 semi-finals. The second is going to be decided later today. The Penrith Panthers are going to face the victor of the Sutherland Sharks and Central Coast Crusaders. Tomorrow the grand final is 11:45 a.m. Please dial into YouTube and find out exactly how this is going to play out. But the second game this afternoon is going to be taking place at 3:30, so make sure you check that out. Kieran, final thoughts?
Penrith, adding to their already stellar season, they showed why they are the top team when it mattered most. They pushed through and extended that lead out in the fourth quarter, but the Comets, with a valiant and admirable effort, really pushing themselves. They gave it their best, and they really had it there, but the fatigue, the injuries, and at the end of the day, Penrith there with a big-time win, and they'll be playing tomorrow against the winner of our other semi-final, and the 11:45 a.m. grand final.
And just once again, Basketball New South Wales would like to thank our sponsors, New South Wales Government, GTK, Spalding Eye Athletic, Soul Sports, V Insurance, PCYC New South Wales and Sport New South Wales. Thank you for your contributions to make this happen. You have been listening to the expert commentary of Kieran Kumarazan. I'm terribly sorry. I've been Nick Godself. Thank you very much. And please check out the next game, 3:30 p.m. in this semi-final this afternoon on YouTube. And plenty more Basketball New South Wales basketball throughout this weekend. It is the pointy end of the season, and glory awaits.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nick.
Have a good day.